Hello, hello, everyone. I forgot to put the music on again. Please hold. There we go. Desktop audio is off this time. Okay. Okay. Let me catch up on chat. Was nerve-wracking as hell that I went blank as soon as I began explaining what my interests were in marketing. Ooh. Yeah, interviews are rough, man, especially when you're getting started at... Yeah. Getting started out? Is that proper English? I don't know. Okay, full disclosure, I woke up a couple hours ago. Yeah, no. I've been getting more ill as the hours have gone on. I had a bit of a cough. It's turned into a sore throat. I don't know how long stream's gonna go, but I wanted to stream. We didn't stream on Thursday because of Windows. And I was determined to get one more stream in this week. So we're getting one more stream in this week. You mean when you're starting at... Yes, thank you. Thank you. My head is foggy. Oh, yikes. Yeah. I mean, who are we kidding? Getting ill is a weekly occurrence here. I'm starting to think I'm allergic to the changing of the seasons. Though, I did find one thing out, and apparently both my parents had allergies act up in their 20s. Like, to the point where they didn't even know what they were allergic to half the time. So hopefully this will pass it in like a year or two. That's what I'm hoping. That said, as you can see from the big giant banner right here, I'm gearing up for the 24-hour comic challenge affiliate anniversary thing. Full disclosure, I don't know what to call this. Cause like the way that I initially participated in this event back when they held it at my high school was we called it the 24-hour comic event. Well, we really just called it 24-hour comic. Because the way it was set up was you had to do 24 pages of comics in 24 hours. But as a vertical scroll artist now, that doesn't exactly apply. So things get a little bit rough when I'm trying to figure out exact logistics. Because last night I started drafting this up. Additionally, realized that the date may or may not have overlapped with a D&D event, which I need to change that right now. So instead of the 20th, which is the actual anniversary, we're shifting it to the 21st to 22nd, so it's over the weekend. I think that's over the weekend. Yeah, that's over the weekend. Ooh, that might dig into someone's Monday. But also, like, if you're still doing school and you have things on Monday, you probably shouldn't be doing this. Oh boy, this will be fun. Yeah, 24-hour comic. So, I have secured lodging for the event, because as much as honestly, I don't mind doing it at home, but having two other people causing chaos in my home was not optimal, especially when I have friends who live on their own, so I am going over to my friend Nikki's house, and yes, that is screen name. We're actually getting her Fugi figured out right now, and yeah, I'll be over at Nikki's house. We'll get her Fugi, and Lenora's also gonna be there, so that'll be fun. Yeah, well, glad my class ends mid-June, and I should be free from uni stuff by May 28th. Hey, nice! Oh, wow, you are almost there. Congrats, man. You are doing amazing. Honestly, I am just so proud of everyone who's, like, getting to their uni stuff, because I'm hitting roadblock after roadblock, man. I managed to speed through my early college years, get 2-year degrees in 3 years, one of which being a brand new degree at the time, went off to my 4-year, found out that this 4-year had been hit by COVID so hard it wasn't even valid anymore, went to apply to my current school I'm applying for, and they went, sucks, you get to be on the waitlist for a digital program, so that's where I'm at. But honestly, I'm so proud. Bro, I just need to get the last 2 chapters done and I am done. Dude, that is amazing. Oh, I hope it goes smoothly. You got this. That said, I am getting off track. I am very good at that. So, 24-hour comic challenge. Also, you're on your own path for completing academics math. I am this... You have no idea. I've been, like, this close to ditching academics. Like, part of me wants a degree, but the other part of me is sitting here like, it's just a stupid piece of paper. Especially for the path that I want to end up on at the end of the day. So, I don't know. Like, the main thing is that it's one of those things where it's first generation of college degree for my family. So it's like, I kind of have to do this because none of my cousins are looking like they're gonna do it, and I've got the best prospects. So the whole family's betting on me. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. So if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I'm still in no rush. But yeah, 24-hour comic challenge. I don't remember what I was... Oh, right. We got lodging. Honestly, it's... A 24-hour stream is already insanity, whether or not you have 1,000 viewers. But... Oh boy. This one's going to be... Y'all have never experienced the chaos of a 24-hour comic. Like, this isn't going to be as bad as it normally would be, because normally you're stuck in 2 classrooms with 40 students usually. One room being the quiet room, quote-unquote. One room being the loud room, quote-unquote. And the loud room has food. During my first 24-hour comic, because I participated for 7 years before COVID shut it down. My first 24-hour comic, I spent my entire room in... Entire room? Yes. I spent my entire time in the quiet room because at the end of the day, the quiet room was the place to focus. But also, I didn't have any friends my freshman year of high school. So, yeah, no. The second through 7th years. All of those, I spent the entire time in the noisy room. Why? Because I had friends that would not shut up. Namely, one of them being Lenora. She's been with me since my 2nd year of this. We've been friends since childhood, so unsurprising. We're just staggered by a year age-wise. So there's always like a 1-year oddball year. Or there was. So yeah, usually what would happen is I would set up... Bobs, welcome in! Good morning! I hope you're doing well! We're just talking a lot of logistics, and well, as well as reminiscing on past experience with this event. Because my high school used to host this 24-hour comic event, and I decided, you know what? They're not hosting it anymore because COVID pretty much shut it down. So I'm going to try and bring it back for my affiliate anniversary because it's so fun and chaotic. Oh boy, but I gotta make posters and get everything organized. Right, what was I saying? Oh, right. So every year what happened was there was this one table at our school. So the way the art rooms worked at our school was, this is an old school, like, the school was founded in the early 1900s. And the only thing about the art rooms that remained consistent were these giant metal tables. And when I say giant metal tables, I only mean the tops of them. And they were like 2 to 3 inches thick of solid... I don't know what it was. And the reason for that is because they were covered in decades of acrylic paint. Or like acrylic/oils. Decades of it. Like there was a layer on top of them. Someone had chipped through to the bottom. Almost 1.5 inches thick in some places. It was nuts. But those were the tables that everyone worked on. So we had those. But, of course, there's a reason I always say the top. Because these tables were stacked usually on top of random items to make them into a table. Like, some of them would be stacked on stools, some of them would be stacked on top of random cabinets, and there would be 4 cabinets instead of, like, actual legs to the table. And the cabinet table was the one I took over every year. I would bring a sleeping bag, and we would lay the sleeping bag out underneath the table, and put pin up a blanket to the walls, and it would be, like, essentially the quiet fort in the noisy room. Those decades of paint layers are concerning a little bit, but it gave the room personality. I love that room. Like, there was paint on every surface of the building, and I was so upset when they demolished it and then wouldn't let us paint on the new building, but that's a story for another time. But yeah, that was always my table, and this happened every year without fail. Someone would always invade my table. Because, like, I'd make a nice quiet box for me to work in, and it was comfy and cozy, and there was, like, 3 or 4 blankets, because, like, I'm a fiend, and I'm a fiend. If I cannot have a human-sized dog bed, I will make one out of blankets. That is how this works. But as soon as I leave, I'll come back and all of my friends will have invaded there and are playing Truth or Dare or Never Have I Ever. Good times. Oh, and then there was one year. I don't know if you guys know these, but, like, there are these little, like, cheese wheels. Okay, so, like, they're cheese wheels. How's the challenge gonna work? Yes, that's probably very important. So the original challenge was, in 24 hours, you need to complete 24 pages of comics. But also, I'm a vertical scroll comic artist now. So I need to change it slightly. And I think the way I'm going to change it is, in 24 hours, you need to complete 24 pages of comics or equivalent. In which case, I'm going to be shooting for... The average comic page has 4-ish panels, so I'm going to be shooting for 24, 48, 80, 96 panels. So 1 hour per page, yes, exactly. And the original comic challenge was, you had to ink it, but you didn't have to color it or anything. Coloring was completely optional, and usually it was just the mad lads who are coloring, but given I'm doing this digitally, I think coloring is perfectly valid, because usually we would do it on traditional paper. Oh geez, that does sound like a challenge. It was essentially 24 hours of everyone struggling and suffering to stay alive, but you built so much camaraderie through it. I have very fond memories of this, like the people doing coffee runs at 4 a.m. Or, oh, that one's fun. There's always the midnight scream, because we're starting at 9 p.m. PST and moving it to, again, 9 p.m. because it's 24 hours. It's probably going to be a 9 a.m. scream, because usually it's about halfway through. But yeah, about halfway through you start losing your mind, so it's always good to just screech. I will be away from the mic when doing that, don't you worry. But yeah, in order to keep everyone entertained, we'll also have whatever chaos is going on my end. With friends goofing around in the background, and probably some cooking things, and I'm hoping to have a hand cam set up. Because I've got my portable camera, and because I'm going to be using my portable setup rather than my normal setup, I should have at least one USB port free. Which means I should, emphasis on should, be able to set up a live camera just in case we need to do anything silly. I can't think of any other, like, major details. That said, I will say, and I'm probably going to be putting this on other slides of the advertisement thing, 24 pages in 24 hours doesn't necessarily mean 3 panels per hour, which is what I am shooting for. Well, 3 or 4. It can also mean you did one panel per page per hour, and it's the tiniest little thing that you can imagine. Because this challenge is meant to be like, hey, scale it up or scale it down for your skill level. And additionally, you can change your goal as the event's going on, because you will be dying. I really mean it, you will be dying. Honestly, the people who manage to gauge themselves properly and then get the entire comic done within the first, 18 hours or so, those people scare me. But also, maybe I should have that kind of time management. That's a story for another day. But yeah, you can put as many panels as you want on a page or as few panels as you want on a page. Additionally, I'm thinking afterward we do a highlight stream for everyone who submitted, because I'm thinking about opening some sort of form with, essentially you can submit links to whatever you posted, or just submit the comic in its entirety, and we'll do a stream afterward to go over it. And because I'm going to be posting this to all my socials, I'll also set it up hey, if you want to do this on your own without the stream, go for it. Tag me. I will do a mass shout out probably a day or two after, because this really does take a day to recuperate from. Oh my god, I don't know how many times I have gone home tired and dying after this, but it's always been fun. And there's something just so fascinating about this comic experience, because you're just trying to get the comic done, and then at 3 a.m. you're going, I don't know if I can do this. 4 a.m. Oh, I can do this. 5 a.m. I don't know if I can do this. It's a very fun yo-yo. It doesn't sound like a very fun yo-yo when I describe it like that, but it's fine. But yeah, I think that's all the major stuff, so time to get the rest of the assets done. Because I have this entire post to get done. We have 2 Fugis to get done, because I need to do a Fugi for both friends. What else do I need to do? I think that's everything off the top of my head. It sounds like when I crammed a 10-page essay into one night. Yeah, it's about that. It's just the creative equivalent of that. It is fun, and it's honestly really entertaining to see what people come up with. Half the reason why I want to do a showcase afterward is because back in the day when I used to do the original version, I say original my teacher didn't steal it from someone else, one of his predecessors, but still. But back when we used to do the original, what would happen was you would make your comic, and then you would have to submit it within the hour afterward, when everyone was, packing up and getting ready to go home. You would submit it in a folder with your name on it, and then we would have a gallery that went up at the school, because my school was a very artsy school. So we had several galleries around campus, actually, and we would take over the storage container gallery. Okay, is my network doing okay? Good. We take over the storage container gallery and just put every single comic up on the walls. So during lunch, you could just walk in there and take a look hey, where's my comic? I want to see that. Unfortunately, I don't have the funds to do it, but additionally, I did want to set up a sort of coin thing, because in the old 24-hour comic, what would happen is if you completed your comic, you would get what was it? I think it was a poker chip? Yeah, it was a poker chip. I actually designed the image on one of those one year. But yeah, you would get a poker chip, and essentially anyone who had a poker chip, because this was pretty much limited to our school, we would just go around and you could say coin check to one of the other people. And if they had their coin on them, it was so funny. If they had their coin on them, then you owed them a drawing. But if they didn't have their coin on them, then they owed you a drawing. And it was just a fun little silly thing. Like, no one really held each other to it. But it was so fun catching my teacher off guard, because he never had his coin on him. Like, he had been doing this how many years, and he never had his coin on him. This ear is not looking right. I think my computer's lagging a little. Weird. Oh, no, yes it is. Computer, what you doing? Are you okay, buddy? Are you upset that Windows tried to force update you 3 times yesterday? Y'all broke a system. Yes, we did. Honestly, I still have those coins in my wallet. I don't know where my wallet went. I know it's in my bag, but I'm not sure which bag. I do have my wallet. Don't worry. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I still have those coins. They're fun. Like, if I had the capital, I would set it up so it's like, yeah, if you complete it and like you've submitted it, you know, within the deadline. I'm thinking about keeping that same deadline of an hour after the end of it, maybe 2 hours, because if you're doing it traditionally, converting it to digital is mildly annoying. I say mildly with very big air quotes. So, if I give 2 hours, that should be okay? Question mark? Because the main point is, like, you work from 9, in this case, 9 p.m. to 9 p.m. No working after that. So I'm thinking 2 hours afterward should be good enough. You never know. God, I can't wait for this. I think maybe I should look into custom coins. Is this a bad idea? Probably, but shh. I just completely spaced. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, that's why I'm spacing. I don't recognize this song. What is this song? Is this a new one? Oh, this is a new one. Huh. Okay, Clip Studio, you can do this. You can do this. Not lagging is 100% a thing you can do. Let's see, do I have any other fun story? Oh, right, the cheese story. Oh my god, the cheese story. So, do you guys know those, like... So, they're like little... They come in a little circular container, and they're little wedges of cheese, but they're spreadable cheese, like in a foil wrapper. So you can peel the thing open. Like, I don't know if they have this in other countries, but you can peel the thing open, and it's like spreadable cream cheese in a foil wrapper in a wedge shape. And then you can eat it with crackers. But someone had brought like 4 of those to 24-hour comic. And we were so delirious that year that we started measuring the hours in number of cheeses eaten. Oh boy, we were losing at that one. That was also the year where someone brought an entire Kirkland brand container of jelly beans, which, if you don't know how big that is, because that's the Costco brand, those things are huge. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. They're giant things of itty-bitty jelly beans of, like, every flavor. Can't blame y'all, honestly. Like, the worst part is that only happened 6 hours in for the counting cheeses. Only 6 hours in. But yeah, that was also the year that someone brought the jelly bean jar. And, yeah. Normally, like, my family would usually get one of those jelly bean jars, and we wouldn't be able to finish it for the next, like, few months or so. That thing didn't exist by 12 hours in. 6 hours of cheese? To be fair, we were measuring it in like cheese wedges. So by that measure, only 6 cheeses had been eaten. Eaten. And oh my god, someone had a pea pod shaped pencil container, right? And it had like cute little peas on the front with little happy faces. Yeah, no, we were losing our minds. So it became da people. It's like, people. Da people. We were losing it. It was like a repo match. But minus the game induced psychedelics, we were just high on tired. Crazy thing. And additionally, we'll finally have that segment of lore with Lenora. That's going to be entertaining. It's 100% going to be a 18 plus stream, partially because I don't want anyone under the age of 18 doing something foolish. Like, I'm going to actively discourage that, because this is not... I don't know why we let teenagers do this back in the day. You're gonna die. But yeah, we're gonna be doing 18 plus, partially because of that, partially because her stories are not 18 plus, and she can not keep swears out of her mouth to save her life. I can stay PG. Nikki and Lenora cannot. We'll get there. I am excited though, because I haven't done 24-hour comics since COVID. Yeah. It's been several years now. Like, I keep telling myself, I need to set up this event. And, like, do I expect many people to be at the event? Not particularly, but it will be an event, and I will host it for anyone who wants to be here. Oh, man. Let's see. Were there any other particularly interesting ones? Oh, that was fun. One year, we had a game of Never Have I Ever. It got spicy, and I learned more about my childhood friends than I had ever wanted to know. That was a day. Though it didn't get too spicy, it was mostly just, like, asking about dates and stuff like that. But, like, I learned a little too much that day. Okay. 1 second, I need to adjust my headphones, because my hair keeps falling in my face. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So, like, if that gives you a rough idea of the event, which is that there is no rough idea of the event at the end of the day. Every year, it's something completely different, or at least it was, especially with the number of the 40 people there changing every year. But given that it's mostly going to be 3 people in a room, and we're going to have 2 Fugis up, one for Lenora and one for Nicole. Essentially, the way we're doing this, because as much as I would love to full body tracking, can't afford that quite yet. And even if I could, that's only enough for 2 people, not 3. So the way we're doing it is I'm going to be here, and on my VTuber glory. They're going to be running around and doing whatever. Because, I'll be honest, Lenora was never much of an artist. Like, she's great with more ceramic and sculptural arts, but when it comes down to, like, drawing lines on a paper, she struggles a lot. It's not her forte. So usually she's there as moral support. So both of them are going to be running around with their phones on Discord, and they'll have their Fugis up on screen, so whenever they're talking or, like, not muted, you'll be able to see them, like, actually chatting and hanging out. Oh my god. I cannot wait to get Lenora's Fugi done, though. She has, like, the cutest Fugi design. Did I design the whole thing? Maybe, but, like, you don't understand. It's so cute. I say as if it's not, like, mildly threatening as well, but it wouldn't be her if it wasn't mildly threatening. Oh my goodness. So I'm setting up commissions, and this is... I say setting up as if I'm doing it at any time soon. That's on the back burner until I complete all these other things. But one of the pieces of advice you'll hear thrown around, which, I'll be honest, I kind of came to on my own, and then saw other people recommending it, is that, hey, if you don't have enough commissions to make a portfolio, like, don't just make, what's it called? Words. Don't just use your commissions that you make for other people. Like, just ask people if they want art of their characters. Make commissions just kind of for free to the spec so you have pretty art to show people when they look at your commissions. And, like, that makes total sense. So I may or may not have asked Lenora if she wanted to be, what was it, in her words, a shadow company? Oh my goodness, why does she have to put these things like this? Essentially, we've pretty much designed an entire persona and logo and branding setup. I'm even working on some packing designs for a brand that she is never going to use because computers actively hate her. But it looks really pretty. I know I've already shown you guys the rose logo, but it's such a pretty design. This face is bothering me, and I don't know why. I think it's just slightly too big on this head. Let's see if that was the case. Yeah, that was the case. Yeah, that feels better to me. That feels miles better to me. Do the eyes need to be further separated? Yes. You know, back in the day, I could not figure out how people used the lasso tool for, like, everything when they were doing digital art. But now that I'm here, and, like, using it often, yeah, I get it. Because it's just very useful when you just need to, like, move this a touch that way, move that a touch this way. You don't want to, like, actively separate every single thing onto another layer. It's not bad. Okay, what's bothering me here? What is bothering me here? I don't know. We're gonna keep moving. I think I might be staring at it too long. Oh, right. I also got... what was it? So, on a whim, because it was, like, less than $10, I ended up getting this cherry blossom, like, sakura powder. Oh my god. So, I initially thought that the cherry blossom flavoring was just, oh, they added a little bit of cherry flavor to a thing. No. Now I've got a thing. It even says on the nutrition facts, it's just cherry blossom powder. And based on the cherry blossom tea I've had, it really is. This stuff is so pink. I put some in my tea today because I had my usual Earl Grey with not lavender, with vanilla. And I put not a tablespoon, like a teaspoon and a half into my cup, and my tea's just pink. It's just pink. I was trying it out yesterday, and I found that I really like it with milk, honey. Yeah, milk and honey. But when you dilute it into the boiling water, it turns a neon pink. And it does taste, like, lightly of cherry. But also the bag is so potent. Like, I don't think I'd want to be around that bag for more than 10 minutes. Or at least with it open, that is. What am I doing? Ah, right, moving lines. That line doesn't look good to begin with. Okay. Oh, right. Other thing I wanted to mention, I'm working more on, instead of using the 3D models, doing this for the body, because at the end of the day, well, I have nothing against 3D models, you all know this. If I can figure out how to just block the body in faster, at the end of the day, that's going to save me so much time. And I've been using this method that I picked up from another artist. I think her username is QRbits? I don't know if there's another way to say it, but that says it phonetically. And I followed her because she did this one really cute Ayato comic. I'm pretty sure I showed it on stream before, but essentially it was that comic about, like, what she would do if she was in Genshin that inspired the Anyong comic that I'm working on. And I ended up following her because of that. Found out she had a YouTube. Watched her YouTube stuff, and she had this one thing because she had this whole thing. She had this whole class on like this is how you improve your art based on what I've done. And one of them was how to get more dynamic posing. And the tip she had was okay, just block the head. Let me just demo this on my test draft over here. It was to block the head, head, torso, and waist out, right? As like 3 different circles, roughly like this, because the torso is going to be a larger circle, head's going to be smaller circle, waist is going to be like this squished thing. To block them out like this, or like in any curve or angle, just keeping in mind that they do end up in a curve, so it can be like that, what have you. And then to rotate them in 3D, you can also do this with a box, but like, say I want the head facing this direction, so we're going to put a curve here, and then a curve like that. And I think I want the body tilted slightly this way. And then maybe, maybe we just do that front on. And because that's like that, we'll move these over so that the spine actually works. I really can't help it. Every art stream turns into like art tips. And then for the hips, maybe, I think I want to turn that one all the way to the side. So this is like the side line, this is the front line, and then we'll tilt it downward. Essentially, in order to make dynamic posing, to make sure that each of these pieces is at some sort of different combination of angles. Art tips are great. I love them. And by making sure that the different pieces are at different angles, you can then paint over it. I'm using her terminology here, mind you. And I guess I'll just... because you kind of have to envision a pose once you've got the body. And I'm thinking... okay, yeah, I got this. So, new layer. New layer, please. You can do this, Clip Studio. No, I'm in the middle of an art lesson. We're not doing an ad. Okay. I'm thinking maybe something like... no. Clip Studio. We've been friends for a while. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now, Clip Studio. Like, keep in mind, part of this is you need to know how to do the shapes at different angles. But I swear, that's all of art, where you just end up like, okay, I need to know how to do this, and this, and this, just to pull off this one thing, but that's how it go. Let me just pull that down a little. Also, I may be relying on the liquify tool a little heavily lately, but it's okay. I'm gonna do that, and that. Have the neck go like that, and then I think, no, I want the shoulder to go, because keep in mind, this is the chest, not the shoulders. If you were to, you can additionally add a shoulder line balancing off this like center bit here. So in this case, what I'm trying to do is something like this, where the shoulders are doing a kind of funky thing. It would work better if Clip Studio would let me do things. And then, how would this hand look? So that goes there. And then thumb is on the inner edge, so I'm thinking finger like that. And then the rest of the hand. thumb there, arm, you got the shoulder there, arm there, up that way. And I think I want this arm kind of more tucked back behind the body. I'll be honest, I've been drawing like a lot of women, so I'm kind of leaning in toward a female silhouette here. I don't know why. Normally I don't draw this many women, but because I've been working on the idol project so much, there's just been a lot of women to draw. And I've been kind of having to lean more anime-ish style. It's been interesting, because that's not normally a style I go for. Like, full anime, small limbs kind of thing. So it's been interesting to just mess with it. I kind of want this arm, like, tucked behind. You know, this works. Actually, no, it don't. Go away. I think I want the arm going, like, maybe this instead. My limbs are getting long and funky again. It's fine, that's what the liquefy tool's for. Which I've been relying on pretty heavily, but we don't talk about that part. Okay, I will admit, the way that I'm turning the body, it's more like this kind of angle, rather than a dead-on angle, but still. I also recall you saying that you're not great at drawing female anatomy. Yeah, I am not. I focus so hard on male anatomy, because as much as I liked female anatomy when I was younger, so I went, okay, I'm weak at male anatomy, we're gonna learn that, and then, like, I swung way too far in the other direction, overcorrecting. Character development's nuts. It is. It really is. No, I swear, ad break. I can do this in 5 minutes. I swear. Oh, right. Also, if you look at the leaderboard, we actually managed to get the clip leaderboard. We got randomly selected for that experiment of Twitches. So yeah, if you make any clips, if it gets, what, like over 23 views, which, I'll be honest, clips on Twitch don't do great. But if it manages to get a few views, then you can get up on the leaderboard. Honestly, I was debating switching it back to monthly, but for some reason, it made the clip leaderboard disappear if I switched it to monthly. So, I don't know, man. If I put one leg, yeah. So, I wish I took more gesture drawing classes, but neither here nor there. No flipping away, yeah! Oh my god, I'm so excited, because that's probably one of the experiments Twitch is doing that I'm most excited about. Because, I'll be honest, getting clips every stream has not been the most fun activity. So, if it encourages people to clip, then hey, I'm all for it. Because at the end of the day, even Twitch knows just how important clips are. Because I remember them talking at TwitchCon at one of the panels I dropped by about how, like, yeah, we know clips are really important for the creators. So we're trying to find ways to, like, incentivize viewers to clip. Which, like, hey, that's fun. That is not feminine. Okay, that's like that. This goes like that. And then I'm gonna have the foot kind of like this. Pull that back over there. Hello, eccentrics. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm trying to demonstrate some drawing characters from memory, but I think I am failing at the legs, but we're not going to talk about that part. Because, like, I kind of... Yeah, then, no, I tried to foreshorten that leg, it's not working. That's what the eraser's for. Am I getting distracted from, like, the main goal of the stream? Maybe. But when don't I? Okay, close enough. But you kind of see what I'm saying, right? Where you've got the 3 circles, you kind of figure out the angles, like random angles for them. And then you layer the body on top, and then it takes much less time once you've got an idea for how the body works. You can also separate this into more categories. Where, okay, I'm gonna try and do this with a little more blocking here, or at least like roughly block it out. Kind of got that, circle, circle, that, circle, circle, that, 1, 2, that. I did that on the wrong layer, but you kind of see what I'm getting at here, right? Or like, you can kind of block out the features a little more before you start doing things. Oh, that's what's bothering me. That arm is way off. Or is it? I think I'm losing my mind. So yeah, the main lesson that she had in that video was just, hey, do 3 to 10 of these. It's not off. I'm glad. Oh my goodness, I always worry about like lengths and things. Your angles are so weird. They really are. They really are. Alright, we'll be back in 3 minutes because I can no longer snooze this ad, which is unfortunate. You guys know the drill. Get a drink, go to the bathroom, take a walk, stretch, whatever. We'll be back in 3 minutes. If I can find the buttons. There's the buttons. And we're back. Oh my goodness. I really don't have a whole lot to talk about today. I've just been working on so much. Like, I was talking to a friend the other day. That was yesterday. But we were catching up because we hadn't spoken in a hot minute. I'm so proud. This was actually Straight Friend. Straight Friend just recently got a job, and I'm so proud of him. Anyway. I still find it funny that, yeah, I do have that friend who is the token straight of the group. Oh my goodness. But, yeah, we were talking. That's why this feels weird. I'm on the wrong brush. We were talking yesterday and catching up. Yay, Straight Friend. I love him. But yeah, we were catching up, and he asked me how many projects I had going on, because we're both workaholics. We're both very stupid in that regard. That's how we ended up friends. And I'm like, well, what do you mean you have... So you've got this event coming up. I need to figure out how to make a custom pattern for an outfit. There's so many things going on. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Eccentrics. I will have some of my tea. Straight Friend is insane. Yeah. It probably helps that we were at, like, probably one of the... We were the odd school. But who are we kidding? We were the gay school. Our gay club had over... I think at its largest, it had over 300 members in it. It was actually insane. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. I remember one year they had to move out of the classroom they were meeting in, and which already wasn't really a classroom. It was more like an amphitheater. And they had to move over to the literal outdoor amphitheater in order to hold their lunch meetings. Oh, man. I heard that was probably like one of the roughest clubs to lead just because of how many people there were in it. Because I was leading the Japanese National Honor Society Club for a little bit. Like, not too long. It wasn't even long enough for it to be, like, quote-unquote official. But I was leading it for a little bit and talking to the other club leads, and they were like, yeah, no, don't try to lead the gay club. It is not for the faint of heart. $300 members? Yeah! And mind you, our school, like, compared to the other high schools in the district, weren't that big. I think we had 700-800 students on campus. It was a very large club. Like, honestly insane. I tried going to a few of the meetings, but I'll be honest, it wasn't really for me, because most of it was like, hey, here's to feeling more secure in essentially your queer identity. And I'm pretty secure in my queer identity. To be fair, my queer identity doesn't show that much. Like, if I didn't have the little box in the corner, I don't think anyone would even know. But I like my little box. You know, this always bothered me. Why can't you use the liquefy tool on a vector layer? I get that it's designed for a raster layer, but I don't know. In my head, it makes sense to have it work, like, if you're on the liquefy tool, to have it work exactly like the pinch vector tool. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I can definitely see why they didn't do that, but still. It was a fun school because, like, I think the most interesting thing was you talk about high school, you hear about like hierarchies and like how there are the popular kids and cliques and this and that. We didn't have that. In order to win, like, prom queen or king, because already we were a little weird in that we had a prom queen and king for each grade. And then the seniors, yeah, the seniors had 3 prom queens and 3 prom kings. And the reasoning for this, because, like, that's nuts. Why would you do that? Oh, and let's not forget to mention that prom was pretty much open to anyone. The reasoning for that was you could win the prom queen or king, or, yeah, or homecoming queen and king. You could win that with 10 votes. We had so few, like, cliques or, like, large groups that if one of the sports teams, like, if one of the sports teams decided, we're gonna vote this person in, that person would be in, and it would be over. Like, it wasn't a true popularity contest, because no one cared enough. Even the student body council elections, they turned into less of an election and more of a performative event, and whoever could put on the best performance was elected for their year's student body council, usually. I remember one guy, like, actually shaved his head on stage. Oh, he was nuts. To be fair, my grade also didn't get along very well. We were definitely one of the grades where if we saw each other, it was sometimes on site, but the other grades are fine. Yeah, it was nuts. He shaved his head? Yeah! And the school's like, yeah, we'll set up the tarps. Everything will be good. I mean, mind you, this is coming from the school where they decided to introduce the new principal by having him wear a Darth Vader outfit and perform a drum solo on stage during the assembly. So, a little bit nuts. It was such a wonderful school before it went, like, downhill in its later years, but yeah, that's a story for another time. I love that school. But could I recommend it now? Absolutely not. That one. Oh my... What do you mean there's still a large bump there? I got this, I guess. Huh? Come on, connect. What do you mean, no? Oh. Whoops, I was adjusting line with. Connect, please. There we go. Now let's adjust line width, process whole line, scale down. Thank you. Actually, maybe up one, scale up one here, and balance that out. Ew, freshman, I will be a junior in 3 months. Oh man. I'll be honest, I had a weird high school experience, because I was gonna say, like, oh yeah, junior year was pretty fun, but then I remembered, like, first off, my high school was strange. Like, first and foremost, it was strange. Secondly, I had senioritis starting from freshman year. Like, I effectively had reverse senioritis. It didn't clear up until about halfway through junior year. So, yeah. That would explain why junior year was a good time for me. Meanwhile, I had friends who ran straight into senioritis at the time. My brother actually got pretty lucky in that regard, because when his senioritis started kicking in, COVID hit, and he didn't have to be at school, so that wasn't bad. Okay, why are you glitching out, pen? I just want to draw a circle. Are you really gonna... Fine, fine. You're gonna play like this, Coach Studio? I have a circle ruler. Oh my god. Disappointed parent. I have a circle ruler, and I am not afraid to use it, Timmy. Dude, go on. Why are both my cats on my bed? They don't like each other 60% of the time. Oh, babies! Kitty! Oh my god. I was gonna meet a cat yesterday. Didn't end up happening, but like... Oh, I love a kitty. What in the huh? Are you guys seeing this? Why are the points varying so much? I'm not varying my hand weight. What the heck? Why? That's... Something weird is going on here. Like that's strange. That part's strange. What is happening? Nope, it's still... No. What the heck? It's like the program's not keeping up with the line weight. Okay, how is my computer doing it? Feels like it is screaming. Why are you screaming? It can't just be Opera. Oh. Windows is trying to update again. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Windows. That's what I needed. Let's see. Also, well, it's gotta be a rare moment that they're civil toward each other. Yeah. Is it the pressure sensitivity? No, it's not the pressure sensitivity. I haven't changed anything. Meanwhile, the time intervals, possibly? Okay. I think maybe if I pause the preview that I'm seeing on Twitch on Opera, and we're just going to fly by, is the stream running? You know, I need to move that so I can actually see the health of the stream. Okay. You guys need to yell at me if the stream goes down, because I cannot see the preview anymore. Hopefully that fixes... Nope, that's still... Okay. Hello, Clip Studio. Computer, why are you at 100% CPU? I haven't done anything to you today. Windows. Normally you're not this bad. But who are we kidding? It's Windows. I swear, if I could move to Linux, I absolutely would. Okay, so it gets worse the faster I go. And it's negligible if I go slower. Okay. I just need a decent circle, okay? Okay, Clip Studio. Someone is mining Bitcoin on Mac's computer. Oh, if only. It's just very upset about the 3D program and the streaming, and I hurt my computer a lot. Like, if you look in the background of the VTuber, right, you see these blue glowy lights? Yeah, there's a lot of post-processing effects on those. Like, do I need the post-processing? No. Do I keep it anyway? Yes, unfortunately. Because, like, I want it to be pretty, even though I really don't need to. I'm gonna... Oh, that was almost perfect. Come on. Okay, okay, there. Solid circle. X. No. Delete the guide. Paste the circle back down. Adjust the line width. Copy the circle again, so that I have it on my clipboard for when I need it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, one of the people I follow, they actually got hacked the other day. And it was this whole thing like, hey, look, I've got this new Bitcoin. You guys should invest in it. You know, the usual Bitcoin hack. And I'll be honest, like, full disclosure, I thought he was making a joke about those things. Like, I saw the tweet and then went, Wait, he must just be joking. I don't really care. Like, this isn't serious. And then later went, oh, you got hacked, because I wasn't in his Discord server, so I wasn't aware. Like, oh, I'm sorry, man. No, like, on a positive, I thought you were... I thought it was a joke, so, hey, no harm, no foul? Question mark? Yeah, we're gonna paste that. And then we're gonna get the other one down. I swear, with the drawing the goggles on my head, half the time I feel like I'm drawing Hellboy or something. With the horns and all that, like the... What was it? Are they shaved down, ground down horns? But yeah, he managed to get his account back, no problem, but... Oh boy. I'll be honest, like, the different scams have been... Yeah, that definitely looks like Hellboy's, doesn't it? Like, you start doing it, it's like, oh, am I just drawing Hellboy? But then you actually get some detail on it, it's like, no, these are goggles. I promise, they're goggles. You look so exhausted. Oh, yeah. You best believe this isn't gonna be like my usual Taro Boba right here. This is gonna be... I'm going to deliberately draw it in brown so it looks like coffee. Because the 24-hour challenge is no joke. It's really no joke. As I've mentioned before, it's 24 pages in 24 hours. Which, again, the pages can be small, like one teeny tiny panel with like a duck and a turtle. Kinda small. I'm gonna be straight caffeine. I have done that, not advisable. I have done that. That was another high school chaos thing. Oh boy. Do I dare make another concoction of that for this event? It tastes horrid. What's the maximum amount of caffeine that I can physically ingest in a 24-hour period? So... Okay, you know, maybe I'll make it, but that's a backup for if I'm dying. Anyway. But yeah, it's 24 pages in 24 hours, but because I'm nuts, I'm going to shoot for like 3 to 4 panels. 3 to 4 times 24 panels. It's fine. I'm going to have to get... Oh, I'm gonna have to get... How many panels done in an hour? Well, yeah, 3 to 4 panels done in an hour. Oh boy. Do not do that. You can't stop me. That's the best part. You do get eye bags for this. I've got eye bags already. Oh my god, I thought people were joking about that, because I didn't get them when I stayed up late when I was young. No, it's a thing that happens over time. I was just the fool of this little babby. I didn't realize that, hey, maybe those happen later. No. Why would that happen later? It's not happening now, so why would it ever happen? No. Foolish child. Foolish child. I'll be honest, in person I look like perpetually tired, I swear. I may be over-exaggerating that, but I feel like I look perpetually tired. Okay, these are not quite aligned in size. There we go. Eraser. Goodbye to that section. Goodbye to that section. Now we beef up the edges. I've been using more of my more tricky Clip Studio methods, like drawing on vector layers with clear when I need to get just a little more depth into places, Because vector layers, while they do cut off cleanly, they don't always cut off cleanly. It's fine. Don't worry, I'll 24-hour with you in Dark. Oh goodness. Don't die, please. Oh my goodness. I will admit, it shouldn't be as bad, or maybe it'll be worse. I don't know. But I'll be over with 2 friends. All 3 of us will be on stream. Neither of them is, like, actively taking part in the challenge. They're gonna be, like, fun friend emotional support kind of things. So hopefully it shouldn't be too bad on my end. I will be having them assist with things. You always have your goggles on your head, but you literally never wore them. I do have one picture. I do have one picture. Yep, this is during summer break. Honestly, I'm quite glad that my affiliate anniversary happens to be during summer break. Let me see if I can open that file. I never did post this. I really do need to post this, but... Oh man, I remember loving summer break. I don't get summer break anymore. Look at me being a boring adult. A friend and I were lamenting it because the fireworks, because, you know, this is SoCal, there's a bunch of theme parks around. The fireworks have started going off at the different theme parks, and we're like, because one of my friends lives near one of them. Wait, no, this is the friend that I'm gonna hang out with. You guys might hear fireworks in the background of the stream. That'll be fun. Oh boy. What am I looking for? Persona. There it is. I did one drawing where I had the goggles on, because, like, I like to think that the goggles are, like, for scientific purposes only. So, like, if I don't need protection, they don't usually go on, but I wanted to do one with the goggles on, and I was trying out a different hairstyle for this, so. Woo! Fireworks! So, hot take, I don't really like fireworks. Like, they're pretty, and I actually don't mind watching them from, like, several miles away. But when I'm close, I think my ears are just too sensitive. The noise isn't worth the pretty. KK man shy. Oh my goodness. I mean, kinda. I was wearing my hair up in a bun for such a long time for a bit. Like, I actually had to stop because it was pulling on my scalp too much, which was unfortunate because I really enjoyed wearing my hair up in a bun, but I do it like every other day or so now. But yeah, it's fun. Wait, same. Dude, they make me feel scared. You're so jacked in this picture. Yeah, so surprisingly, this is just like my default figure in this one. If I, I can just drag and drop this. If I grab my, KK Persona figure, we just drag and drop. This is just the general 3D model I usually base it off of, because I usually can't be bothered to, like, actually figure my own stuff out. Oop, that's not... No 3D model body horror today, please. Yeah, they make me feel scared. Oh, man. Like, it's not so bad, because... every so often there are cannons going off, because San Diego, if you didn't know, San Diego is a major naval base. So every so often you'll hear cannons going off, because, like, it's just regular drills. And that isn't bad. It's just when I'm up close to fireworks, I go, I don't want to be here. But yeah, it's a fun picture. I don't know why the feet are so big. Me? Editing the picture afterward? No. You must be mistaken. There we go. Y'all saw nothing. Nothing happened here. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't know why the feet on the models are so big. Okay. Bye-bye. Go away. Go away, image. I would like to finish up the announcement post thing. Not that. What? I'm confused. Don't get sidetracked. I will admit, Streaming is a very easy way to get sidetracked. Okay, can I... Is it gonna let me draw a circle now? Please? It is! It's not a great circle, but it will let me draw a circle now. Kind of. Not really. But we will make it work. Okay, so we pull that over to here, and this over to there. Push this one down here, and that one here. Yeah, that should do it. ADHD and perfectionism is another terrible combo. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That one's not fun. Oh, right. Did I tell you guys? For a minute, my doctors are like, hey, we think you might have ADHD. And I'm like, what? Okay. Guess we're doing tests now. And we did do tests, and it turns out I do not have ADHD. My hyperfocus just looks a lot like ADHD. Wait, hyperfocus? No, wrong term. My flow state looks a lot like hyperfocus. So, yeah, we ended up figuring it out because my flow state at the end of the day is a flow state in that I'm just very focused on one thing, and it's like one thing, next thing, next thing, next thing. There's no real emotional, like, this is so fun, I love doing this component to it. So they went, yeah, no, this is not ADHD. But it looks very similar. But there is one unfortunate part about that, which is that means that because it's not ADHD, that this is just me struggling with attention. So I need to deal with that a little bit. I'll figure it out. I swear, everything, like, most of modern things right now are causing attention to suffer. But hey, I started reading my books again, so that should help some. Oh my god. Actually, during the last ad break, I may or may not have taken a minute or two to read my book. I have a problem. I'm already on the second book of this series. It's a problem. Because it's an old series that I used to read when I was younger. And I'm rereading it, and whoops. Oh, I've read so much of it in the last week. Yeah, I think I finished the last book in the last week. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't have a problem with reading. I can stop whenever I want to. Oh my goodness. I really do love reading. I just didn't think that, like, I'd be this bad immediately after I got back into reading. I'm trying not to be perfect with all the little bits, but it's been difficult. You. Okay, that one fixed. That one fixed. I'm having to fix things manually, and it bothers me. That's okay. We can fix it properly later. I bring up random stuff, and then you show me said random stuff, and then you fix said random stuff. Yeah. I mean, hey, 'tis the life of the streamer. You think about things, and it's like, oh, that's a good idea. And then you get sidetracked, and then it's like, you know what? That was a worthwhile tangent. But also, that was a tangent. What was I doing? Hashtag random stuff. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, there we go. Now we get the fun little bit of drawing in the hair and making sure that that works. I need my own reference back up. I'll be honest, this reference is really bugging me, and I need to redo it because I'm slowly, because Blender's a thing I need to learn, but also that's a very large undertaking given I'm doing so many other things right now. But I'm slowly trying to gear up to get like my 2.0 ready. At the end of the day, I just haven't had time otherwise. We were going to debut it during the affiliate stream, but I just do not have time. So I'm just gearing up to get ready, which means references and redoing my art and a turnaround and this and that. Though on the upside, hey, the KK Mac, my Persona reference is going to be getting an updated sheet, and that should be posted eventually. I'll be honest, it's not the most pressing thing on my list of things to do right now. This needs to go to like there. Okay, I think this is good. I did find one weird thing about Twitch. Like, when I was messing with some of the redeems off stream, I noticed that some of them would let me redeem off stream and some of them wouldn't. And I had to mess with that because that's not correct, but also kind of useful when I'm testing things, because for a while I thought that you just couldn't test things off stream. You can. I just accidentally had it set up so I couldn't with all my redeems. Whoops, that one's on me. But yeah, so I found out that you can redeem things off stream if they're set up like that. Namely, I'm thinking about the sticker redeem because I was like, wait, that shouldn't be working when I'm offline. Whoops. Especially that, given that that one like auto completes itself if I have streamer bought up. If I don't have streamer bought up, thankfully it doesn't, but still. Am I being a little precious with this? Maybe. But it's okay. Oh, cool. Would your new ref sheet include what you looked like without goggles? Yes. That's the plan, at least. Like, I'm planning for the next ref sheet to be, like, really comprehensive. Like, it wouldn't just be one ref sheet. I think it would be 2 or 3, technically. Because it would be, like... I need to stop saying, like... I caught myself... I was doing VOD review to get clips, and I found I was saying, like, so often. And I was not happy about that. But essentially, the goal is I want to show it with and without jacket. I want... How do I phrase this? So, I'm going to have one that's, like, all buttoned up and polished like I do. You know, with the glasses, the jacket, whole bit. The second version, what I'm thinking is no jacket, no hair in a pony, and no goggles. That way you can kind of see, like, what it looks like as a sort of base. That, and I'm also going to need it because I'm like, you know what would be fun? You know what would be really fun? If there was a redeem where you could just lower the goggles onto my face, so I need to know, like, what to do with the hair. Oh boy, the number of meshes that the new model is going to have is going to be a little bit over the top. Because you really shouldn't have meshes going that, like, going into numbers that high, but that is a problem for future me. So, yeah. Future me's gonna hate me for this, but it's okay. Normally I try and do things to make future me's life easier, but not this time. Okay, wait, what am I doing with this bang? This is the one that goes under, right? There's one under, one over. So, that means I need to connect the goggles to the ear first, because this determines how things go. Okay, so like I said, I could not find these goggles because eventually when I do cons, I want to like low-key cosplay my character. So I was going around and I could not find these goggles to save my life, or at least not ones that didn't look like minion goggles, and I'm like, no thank you. So while I would like to make my own goggles myself, that's an entire undertaking. So currently we're working with steampunk goggles. You know, the ones that go like, let me pop over here real quick. The ones that are like this kind of shape. And they kind of curve back there. It's just, I kind of got it. I don't really got it, but this kind of shape. Thing. Where they've got like the little holes on the side. My brother is currently actually applying a film, because I actually did manage to find a beautiful film that does almost the same thing as I have my goggles doing. So he's going to be putting a reflective film onto the goggles. Will I be able to see if I put them on? No, but that's irrelevant. Fashion, baby. Have you heard of a series called Heaven's Official Blessing? No, I haven't, but it sounds interesting. Do tell more. Okay. Right. How did I... Yeah, I had this bang kind of hooking toward the main one. Okay, but like high key, having my hair like this would probably bother me a lot. Like, is it gonna bother me? Probably. Will I still do it for the bit? 100%. Like, when I commit to a bit, I commit to a bit hard. Okay, so I want it to kind of puff out a bit, and then do that. Hey, great job on KK Brush. You're finding the film. Oh, if only I ended up doing the research. He's just kind of putting it together because I'll be honest, I have never been good at like applying films to things. I always end up with a bubble. Like, I usually have him put the protective glass on my phone because I always end up with a bubble under it. It's a series about a heaven official and a demon king's romance story. And the gay. Ooh. I'll be honest, I don't usually read things like specifically for the gay. But also like heaven official and demon king romance? Sign me up. It's a little cliche, but like, I'll be honest, I feel like the more like old style cliche stories are, like things that would have been really cliche in the 2010s, those stories are actually like some of the better ones now. Because you don't really do it unless you know it's not going to be cliche. It takes place in ancient China. Ooh. Okay, wait. Did the little buddy... The little buddy popped up! Okay, good, that's still working. I always worry about the new things. Did you say gay? Oh my goodness. I think my favorite part about Hero Villain is the fact that, like, most of the characters are high-key queer, but also not. Like, it never comes into play in the story, because this is not a romance story. Like, just point blank, it's not a romance, so it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, they're queer, but just because you're queer doesn't mean you have to be flamboyantly queer. I'm seated. It's not mostly about the gay, though. Good. I'll be honest, there's a few series where people have gone, look at the series, it's gay! And then I watch it or whatever, because the actual premise is interesting, and I look at them like, why are you advertising that? That's only in, like, the last half of season 4, kind of thing. I forgot the little buddy pops up. Yeah, I love the little buddies. They're so cute. And if you spam it... Oh, right. I got the animations perfect. So, like, if you spam it, they should now pop up staggered, have no image initially, so there's no, like, flickering that we were getting last time. They pop up staggered, and then they disappear at, like, staggered intervals as well, even though you spam them all at once. And they have the little squish animation now, and Oh, and they have an exiting animation. You have no idea how much I am itching to add animations to the stickers right now. But, like, I have to be a responsible adult and finish my promo post. Noise. But for some reason, my mom is hooked on the series, and both of my aunts and my aunt's wife. Oh, then the drama must be good. Let me be honest, I like a little drama. I actually hated drama when I was younger. I hated it with a passion, but I kind of, like, grew into it. Because I think it's more of a catharsis thing. I don't know. And my grandma, dang. They have good taste. They know what they like. This little floof is not feeling correct. Oh. Well, duh, of course it's not feeling correct. I'm not doing it correct. The longer one is supposed to be over here. And then the little one on top. There we go. I'm like, why does this not feel correct? Because you're not doing it correct, dum-dum. Okay, this goes here. If I could draw a straight line, that would be appreciated. And if these lines could not be that thick, that would also be appreciated. There we go. Gosh, I keep forgetting to switch on my charger. Oh no! Get your charger or take! In fact, you've got 3 minutes to get your charger because the ad notification just popped up. We'll be back in 3 minutes. I'm gonna get a drink because I am, like, full disclosure, I am getting worse as the stream goes on. So I need a drink and probably some meds. We'll be back in 3 minutes after the ad break, which neither of you actually have. Where is the thing? Found it. And we're back. I am honestly getting steadily worse. If I'm not feeling better in the next 15 minutes, we'll probably only go for another 15 after that. Or probably until the next ad break pops up. Because I'm dying a little and probably need a nap. That said, I have a completely unrelated thing to talk about. Oh my god. So, remember how I was talking about channel analytics and how it can mess a person up a couple days ago? So, look, you guys need to see this. Like, look at that. The last time I showed you guys, we were right here. And it has just kind of fallen off entirely on the YouTube Shorts side. Oh my god. Imagine someone being like a brand new YouTuber, right? And they're putting stuff out. And it's like, it's climbing. Like, look, I managed to get 2,000 views in a day. It's going great. And then it just plummets. And keep in mind, this is updated day by day. And then it's like, okay, well, it's not too bad. It went back up again. And then crashing down to like 100 from 2K. Like, that can mess a person up. Jeez. Because, like, this doesn't exactly update fast either. It's insane. But at the same time, like, if you just look at growth, right? If you purely look at growth, it's still an upward trend. I've almost got 10k views. We're over 10 hours. Hit double digits in subs. Everything's objectively good. But the way that they display the stats is arguably horrid. Like, it makes sense for larger channels where you've kind of, like, plateaued and gotten to stable stats, but this? I don't know, man. Man, look at that. It's a mess. I always flick through these. I really shouldn't flick through these. Anyway. Oh. Huh. Woo, we've got 0.5 user-specified gender. Did you have to call it that, YouTube? Was that necessary? Also, I want to know who the heck is watching me on TV. Why are there 3% of people watching me on TV? Oh, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Okay. What else is there to do? Okay, I've got that. I've got this. I should probably be actually saying words on what I have and don't have. Hello? It's raining outside again. Okay. We're doing this again. Wait, did I ever ramble on to you guys about my stupid hand tracking idea? Because it's one of those, if ye be brave or foolish enough, and I am certainly foolish enough. I've given up on trying to find, like, any kind of affordable, high-fidelity hand tracking option, and I'm making it myself. Don't worry, when you get big, you'll see someone you watching on a Samsung Smart TV. Oh my god. I have beef with those, actually. I'll get to my crazy idea later, but I have beef with the Samsung Smart TVs purely because, like, it's just a big tablet. I swear. It's a big tablet with less functionality. And I will die on that. No wonder my pen's been feeling chunky. I've been working with a pen that's a size too big because I was doing the eyebrows earlier. And with the eyebrows, I always go up a pen size. Ugh, no wonder. That's exactly what it is. Freaking Samsung Smart TVs. I never really liked Smart TVs. Like, why? It's just a glorified tablet. Like, okay, you want to know the worst thing? The worst thing. You know, let me... Okay, I'm gonna pull this up on an alternate screen so you guys don't see any personal information. Now if I go to system, I need to show you guys how my monitors are set up. Does that reveal anything about me? No. Okay. Or a smart fridge. Ah! Don't get me started on the smart fridge. So these are my monitors, right? No, I'm kidding. That's too funny. Okay, fair. They are funny. So these are my displays, right? Now, if we're gonna screenshot this real quick, right? These are my displays. Thank you, Windows. We're gonna create new from clipboard. This is what they look like to my computer. Let me make this bigger, actually. Change canvas size. Okay. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, Clip Studio. Maybe it's Clip Studio that's mad at me. I have a lot of files open that are very large. Whatever. You go to the fridge, get distracted, and start doom scrolling on the fridge. Oh no! And then your food spoils. Oh no. Okay, so that's what my computer thinks it looks like. Now, if I grab the lasso tool, right, and I go to the rectangle, and then we're going to select monitor 3, because that's where the discrepancy starts showing up. And I do have a point to this, I swear. What monitor 3 actually looks like in terms of, like, physical monitor space, right? Because monitor 1 and 2, they're both the same resolution, same size. I do that so that monitors 1 and 2 are portable. My third monitor isn't portable. It just kind of lives at home. If I ever go anywhere else, monitor 3 stays home. And that is because, in terms of physical size, monitor 3 is this big. It's that big. So you can see where the discrepancies start happening, right? And there's a point to this, I swear. So that's monitors 1, 2, and 3. Now, okay, let me undo that, copy that. So now, let me show you what it looks like when I have monitor 4 involved. Monitor 4 is what I nickname my Samsung tablet. I think it's a S6 Lite. I'll be honest, monitor 3 is a TV. No, it is not. Because, so, you see, you would see this and think that monitor 3 is a TV, but then you gotta keep in mind that monitor 1 is a laptop. So once you kind of get monitor 1 to scale, it's like, oh yeah, that's... 3 is just a normal monitor. These are both laptop screens. Monitor 4, though, is my S6 Lite. If you're ever looking for a Samsung tablet, I cannot... With pen pressure and tilt sensitivity, I cannot recommend an S6 Lite more than I already do. It's cheap compared to any other S6s, it has pen pressure and sensitivity, and you can pin a screenshot onto the tablet. Beautiful thing. But also, like, I don't like the Android environment, so that's an entirely different problem. But, so let me just grab my pens for... Okay, and now if we go to black, we're going to call this one Monitor 4 for my tablet. We're going to duplicate that. Don't mind my messy handwriting. And in terms of physical size, it usually goes here. And yes, it is that tiny. In terms of pixels per inch, okay, let me merge this one down so that I'm not fighting with layers. And then we're going to move this one all the way to the side. And then move this one over as well, because this is going to get ridiculous. In terms of just pixels per inch and what my computer thinks this monitor is. Because I usually use everything on, like, the maximum number of pixels I can display. Because, like, if it can display pixels, I want it to use all the pixels, thank you. I paid for all the pixels. I will be using all of them. My tablet. And this is why I complain that smart TVs suck. Because they could have so many pixels. As far as my computer is concerned, my tablet is yay big. Okay, wait. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, we'll put that there. And then just erase over here. I have this thing. And that's because this tablet, it's a modern tablet. It has all the pixels for some reason. And yet, you get a smart TV and it has none of the pixels. It has none of the pixels. In fact, with my tablet, I actually have to scale it back or it gets disorienting. Wait. Oh, right. I don't even put it there. I usually put it right here. Because it's such a problem. It's so big. My monitors are a mess. But it's okay. Though I will say, I find it... Oh, you should probably switch both of the fours. Wait, switch both of the fours? I'm confused, because essentially this area is the physical size, and this is the digital size, like pixels per inch. Since one is in position and one is in size. But these are correct. Oh, never mind. Yeah. I just think it's really funny that, like, the quote-unquote smallest monitor, because this is an old monitor that I'm reusing, is technically the largest monitor, physically, and the largest digitally is the smallest physically. It's just ridiculous. Like, when it's actually laid out in front of me, it looks beautiful, relatively compact, because this is what it's like. Because usually, if I plug in monitor 4, it takes the place of my tablet, which is why it goes under monitor 1. But it gets chaotic when I plug it in, because look at that. But also, I'm not used to pen tilt. I'm used to pen pressure, but not tilt, and I need to acclimatize myself to it. But yeah, no, part of me doesn't want to, because I know the pen that I use also has tilt sensitivity, so I know it's going to change how I use my tilt pen. That'll be fun. It's nuts. It's nuts. I don't even remember what we were talking about before this. Oh, right. My stupid arm bracelet. Customize self. Yeah. Okay. I can't find my window. There we go. So, because I want to get, like, high fidelity hand tracking, I'm building it myself. Remove arm and replace it with hair. Oh, man. Honestly, if the tech was there, like, automail kind of Full Metal Alchemist style, I would consider it if it meant that the signals could travel straight to the computer. I would consider it. But also, no, I don't want to mutilate myself. No, thank you. That said, the plan is, I don't know if you guys have ever seen these toys. Like, I remember I saw it as, like, a Star Wars toy when I was little. Essentially, they had little EMG sensors that would go on your head, and the more quote-unquote brainwave activity there was, the more that it would send a signal and then make the thing react. Like, the toy I remember in particular was one that the more brainwave activity you had, the higher a little ball in a tube would float because there was a little fan underneath. Oh, you should have your hair look angry to emphasize the tired. Yeah, that's the plan. I usually just draw it simple first, and then we can go a little nuts afterward. But also, I haven't drawn myself in a hot minute. I don't remember how I look. But yeah, so there were those little, like, force trainer things, and my brother and I loved them, but essentially someone has repurposed that software to become a video game controller, which makes a lot of sense because it's a more accessible controller, and it goes around the widest part of your forearm. Sorry, I'm having to, like, check my forearm to make sure what I'm saying is correct. But yeah, it goes around the widest part of your forearm, and if you look at any other mocap for hands, you'll notice it's a bunch of large, chunky things on your hand because it has to measure every single part of your hand. But if I can make this EMG thing work, because it registers the brainwaves and it'll change frequency depending on how you move your hand. So in theory, I should be able to capture every finger's movement. Maybe not the splay of the hand, but I should be able to capture every finger's movement. And if I can do that, well, I'll have successfully made a low-budget hand capture software. I'm really hoping, because, like, the full build, like, if you build it from scratch using Adafruit parts, is, I think, like, $30 total. Don't quote me on this, I'm probably very off. But yeah, it's part of the whole open source community, so they try to make it cheap. Okay, can my pen do things? That would be wonderful. But yeah, I'm really hoping I can make that work. Because at the end of the day, the biggest problem with hand tracking is that most of the hand tracking is designed for VR gaming, which causes a problem for any kind of, like, professional mocap studio, if that makes sense. Or, like, anyone trying to get budget professional mocap. Because when you end up with the budget mocap, at the end of the day, there is no budget hand mocap unless you want to do it for VR. And with VR, usually you just have like a few fingers moving. Or the VR headset already has like rough hand mocap in. But even then, the games don't need a full mocap unless you're playing VR chat. And even then, VR chat doesn't require that. Usually it just uses the sensors on the controllers. And even then, like, let's say you take the very large systems like Vicon, right? One of the guys I watch, he has a full Vicon system, which I still think is kind of nuts, but also, like, good on him, the fact that he managed to afford that. He's got a full-on Vicon system. And while he can track props and this and that, and he can track pretty much everything if he wanted to, he is still limited when it comes to hands. Because the hands, what'll happen with those is his hands do track, but they're not perfect. Currently, he's got the setup where there's a single ping pong ball on every finger, but the more advanced version is to have 2 ping pong balls on each finger. But even then, you've got ping pong balls on your finger. What are you supposed to do? It's not the best. And then if you get the hand occluded in any way, like let's say you're just showing the palm, there's actually a risk of just not being able to track the hand. Unless you have like enough cameras, but even then that's money. So I'm really hoping that this EMG system will be what I'm looking for, because if I can just get that budget mocap, that would be wonderful. And I'll be honest, I would be half tempted to just put the software on a pay-what-you-want system, because I firmly believe that software should be free. Because it really doesn't take that much time to code. Or at least for me. I like free software. When did everything become like subscription model for literally everything? Like, hey, I'm looking for a piece of software that does, I don't know, it just turns a PNG to a GIF, right? And they're like, hey, we have like 15 different paid options. How much would you like to pay a month? It's like, but I don't want to pay. Well, we're the only options, don't you know? And then you do some digging. And then you find out that there are open source options. Pay like 32 bucks a month. Yes, ducks a month. We're back in the trade economy. You must pay ducks in order to use your software. I will accept no less than 32 of your finest ducks. Oh my god. Go back to the medieval era. But yeah, so it's horrid. And then you find like one person in the open source area who's like, hi, I made a program. I mean, the last time I updated it was 2016, but also these formats haven't changed since 2015, so you want a free program? It's command line though. And I'm like, Sure, sign me up. It's actually like 17 lines of code. Apparently, so don't quote me on this. I just heard it from a friend who has a sibling who works in film. And I guess he helped on the Minecraft movie? I don't know. Like, a lot of people helped on the Minecraft movie. But apparently, there's this one encoder that is industry standard. And apparently, this is one of the first instances of, like, hey, pay for this code. But the guy literally wrote an encoder, which just takes the video. But I've never actually seen the Minecraft movie, so I'm going to miss a lot of references here. But he took the video encoder, right? And converted it to the, what was it? The Apple compatible MOV format. But because of that, like, because this became unintentionally industry standard, he updates it like every couple years with a new update and a new patch. And then it costs like, what was it? I think like $200 to get it. And oh my god, apparently everyone is just so sick of having to pay that. Because it's like 10 lines of code. Gotta love it. But at the same time, apparently this guy, he wasn't intending to make a fortune off this and has unintentionally has. He was just like, I made a tool and then I decided to sell it to a few friends of mine because back then coding was difficult. And then it became an industry standard. I don't know what to tell you, man. Because, like, really, you don't need to use that line of code. It is not necessary. I'll move the head over in a second because this is a little off position. Just a wee bit. Okay, something's bothering me here. There's something about the eyes that's bothering. That's what it is. The eyes have been bothering me this entire time. It's literally just because of that. Was it just because of that? Oh, I think the eyes are too far apart. I say, as earlier I had moved the eyes closer together. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. Oh, move the eyes further apart. The neck. Yep. My brother likes to pop in and comment on my art, and oh my god, you have no idea how many times I've heard him come in like, why is the neck like that thick? And it's like, I don't know, man, that's just kind of how I do. Okay, there we go. Then it's honestly more of a placeholder right now. Because at the same time, like, I don't know what's going on underneath the ear here. Maybe I just connect the jaw up? Like, personally, I really don't like connecting the jaw up to the head. But sometimes you kind of need to. And I don't like it. Because, like, at the end of the day, the neck connects right around here at the base of the skull. So you want to draw lines off that. Which means that is this one. And then there's this one. Like, do I make that circle a little wider than it needs to be? Probably. But it's okay. Okay, is that... No, I was missing something up there. How long is my ponytail again? That's to like... roughly... yeah, there. Honestly, in proportion size, probably not. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I have such a hard time like not getting caught up in individual like parts of the art, if that makes sense. Like, because I'm the type of person who, let's say I was doing a oil painting piece, because this has happened while I do oil painting pieces. I will pick one color, like, I don't know, let's say the clouds, like the white of the clouds, and I will detail it to heck and back. You'll always notice that my palette only ever has one color and the variations on said color on it. And I will detail the clouds until they are perfect. Then I move on to the next bit. I don't know how many professors have gotten on my case about that. Like, you need to, like, detail the whole thing because you don't know how it's all going to look. Like, once you put it all together. And I'm like, nah. I got this. And quite frankly, I do. But I do get in my head about it a lot. Like, is this right? I don't know. This doesn't feel right. And then I fiddle with it for 6 days. And just to realize that later I have to fiddle with it again anyway. Because it's not quite right. Perfectionism. Thank you, extension. I'm not doing too bad right now, though. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I do fiddle with it a lot. Thankfully, with curves, I'm not too bad. Line art, I've gotten a lot better over the years of not being too perfectionistic about. Thank you, extensions. Shush, I'm not that bad. Probably. Uncertain. I'll be honest, delirium's starting to hit me. So, that's fun. Okay, you know what? Let's just talk logistics right now, because I could line this for the next 5 hours. But I need to figure out logistics for it. I'm thinking... So, this is effectively one quote-unquote page. Yeah, let me just... Control G. Oops, that should be through. Thank you. This is all one page, and then I'm just going to keep doing the next quote-unquote pages in this file. But I'm thinking this will be the first image. The second image will be like, this is exactly what it is. 24... Oh my god, I'm losing it. 24 pages in 24 hours. Or equivalent. Next page will give... and probably a disclaimer of, warning, you will be tired, you will be dying. Not for the faint of heart, but you can just hang out. That is perfectly fine. Next page, detailing, like, examples of you can do this, that, this. And then I'm thinking a fourth page detailing, yeah, we'll be going over everyone's art on stream afterward, unless you indicate that you don't want to. Of course, you also don't have to submit the art. That is also 100% a valid option. And then, additionally, you can also tag me on any of these platforms, and I will add to stories / reblog / retweet, whatever it is. I'm at the trauma stage of my OC. Trauma stage? Don't you mean every stage? Oh, I am not good to my characters. Not intentionally, though, I swear. They cause their own problems, I swear. It's not an OC when there's no trauma, huh? Yeah. I mean, it causes character development. Whee! Oh, the platitudes we tell ourselves. Most of their trauma is mine. I would argue that's more concerning, but also I look at my cast of characters and go, same. Keyword most. Huh. But yeah, I'm thinking we do that, and that. And then probably detail some of the shenanigans that'll go on stream. Because I do want to keep some of those a little hush-hush. I'm hoping to have this up by, like, tomorrow or the next day. Because I think this first panel is the one that's going to have the most detail. Otherwise, it's kind of just going to be chibi art. Of, like, little sketches using my persona and or Lenora and Nikki's personas. There's a wee bit that's, you know, required canon event, you know. I love canon events. I love the concept of canon events. It's so interesting. yeah, I think we'll set it up with like basic rules, how it works, and probably end it. How do I want to end it? Well, no, all you really need are the details. Like, hey, this is when it's happening. This is what's going on. Probably reiterate that, like, hey, save the date. Probably a sticky note sort of thing. And then just throw it up on all my socials, including Blue Sky, which I haven't posted on, but that's a problem for future me, because I'll be honest, I haven't had anything to post on there. I'm sure you guys have seen my socials have been quiet other than my shorts channel, because I have been working on so many things I'm not supposed to be showing. Like, am I supposed to be showing this? No, but stream gets exclusive previews. But yeah, I finished the one of the girls for the Idol project. She's so cute, and I love her. And I'm working on the next one of the girls. We're getting there. It's very Idol-esque, but yeah. We're getting there. I also have D&D art that I do need to post. Maybe I'll post that first, and then this later. Whoa, yeah! Oh my god. Okay, you know, we're gonna flick back to this, because this took like 15 hours, and I'm very proud of it. I want you to look at, like, the detail on the shading in the ruffles. Like, please. I'm in pain. Like, every single ruffle had an individual shading layer. And I was dying, man. I was seriously dying. She's so cute. Thankfully, for every other character, I've been giving carte blanche. So, I can just kind of do whatever outfit I feel matches the vibes. Usually I just get an instant okay, so. Also, I'm gonna draw my OC again and send it to you. It looks so good. Thank you! And, ooh, I can't wait. That'll be fun. Yeah, this will be a fun challenge. Hopefully. Hopefully. I'll be honest, given that... How many pages am I trying to do? It's 96. 96 is rough. Let's see, this is a month from now. If I double down, I can probably get episode 1 of Hero Villain out. I could probably get episode 1 of Hero Villain out. Which means, hear me out here. If I pace the next 2 episodes properly, I can probably set them up to total 96 panels. And we can work on... What do you mean 96? So, it's 24 pages, but I'm averaging it out as 4 panels per page. So it's 24 times 4, which becomes 96. Yeah, I could probably easily pace that, because it's a minimum of 40 panels per episode. Which means I can send the episodes to all my friends that watch Webtoon. Watch Webtoon? Read. I'll be honest, Webtoon terminology is weird, because it's in seasons and episodes. Like, it's weird. It's really weird. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. Try not to die and get an episode done in one night challenge. Oh boy, this will be interesting. Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. I'll shoot for 2 episodes by the end, but knowing me, that's overambitious. And we're gonna call it a win if I can get 1 episode done. Because that will have been half of it, which is still acceptable. My brain is deeming, like, the absolute minimum as 24 panels. As long as you can get 24 panels done, honestly, for anyone, I'm calling that a win. You have done 24 drawings in 24 hours. Be proud of that. I'm just crazy. And I'm crazy every year. I'm always overambitious. That said, I'm sure you guys can tell I'm starting to get worse. So, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you everyone for coming out. I wish the stream could have been longer, but... I mean, hey, 30 minutes off ain't bad. What do I have next? Right. Saturday streams might be moving because I have a D&D group which can only meet at, well, at stream start every Saturday. So it literally overlaps. Oh, good, dude. Take care of yourself. Thank you, Artek. So it literally overlaps. I'm thinking about either I'm thinking about moving it to Sunday. So it's like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, if that makes sense. So we've still got like normal gaps, and we'll just make the weekend a little longer. Is there anything else I have to say? Yeah. Next stream is on Tuesday. Still working on everything. Hopefully this post will be out in a couple days. I don't think I have anything else off the top of my head. But yeah, bye-bye everyone. Hope you all had fun. Oh, I'm dying. I need a nap. Oh, right. Because I might be napping, the short on Instagram might go up a little later. It's fine. Spider part 2. Aw, cute. Okay, where's... I know where the... I can never find the stream ending screen. I swear, this happens every stream.